Welcome back to the Big Data channel, where we will briefly discuss news about the world's news. The Open 2021. Why Collin Morikawa's second major should scare his competition. Collin Morikawa captured his first major with a chip in and an all-time drive. He earned his reputation as golf's premier ball striker with a metronomic iron swing. He'd really be something, the thinking went, if he could just find common ground with the putter. The all-time greats find the bottom when they need it most. On Sunday at Royal St. George's, Morikawa stood over a 20-footer on the 14th green that he needed, for the entire golf world was shaking around him. Jordan Spieth had rediscovered his Birkdale gear and played his last 8 in a dizzying 6 under. A voracious Jon Rahm, overflowing with confidence but running short on holes, had a kick in left at 16 for his 4th birdie in a row. Louis Oosthuizen finally showed signs of life, nearly jarring his 3rd into the same par 5. Morikawa's cozy 4-shot lead had dwindled to 1 in a jiff, and a meek chip had expired before climbing a ridge guarding the flag. He risked letting the tournament's last par 5 come and go without a birdie. He placed his left hand on his wand, draped the grip between his right thumb and forefinger, the saw grip he switched to in February, out of sheer necessity, and poured in the one final birdie to clinch the Open Championship. A final round, bogey-free 66 and 15 under 265 total delivered a 2-shot victory over Spieth, with Rahm and Oosthuizen 2 further back in a tie for 3rd. The only buzzkill here, Morikawa's now out of majors to win in his first try. He catapulted to stardom 11 months ago in Chile, fanless San Francisco, winning the PGA in impressive comeback fashion. On Sunday, the 24-year-old from Los Angeles became the first player ever to win 2 of the 4 in his debut, and did so in front of a nearly full house, on a sun-soaked afternoon that looked more Southern California than Southern England. At 24 years old, it's so hard to look back at the 2 short years that I have been a pro and see what I've done because I want more, said the champion golfer of the year, the claret jug by his side. I enjoy these moments and I love it, and I want to teach myself to embrace it a little more, maybe spend a few extra days and sit back and drink out of this. But I want to, I just want more. Accomplishing anything that Tiger or Jack or Bobby never managed to is remarkable on its own, it's especially so considering how his Open began. Last week's Scottish Open marked Morikawa's first foray into links golf. He's not much of a golf nerd, never begged his parents for a trip to St. Andrews, and so he'd have to cram in links 101 a week before the year's final major. It was quite the education. He hated the way his irons traveled through the firm Scottish turf and couldn't find the center of the face all week at the Renaissance Club. I was hitting these iron shots last week that I normally don't, he said Friday. Here was the best player on the PGA Tour. His lead over number 2 in strokes gained approach, Paul Casey, is larger than Casey's lead over number 55, Jason Kokrak, struggling to find his fastball. What's more, he couldn't get a damn putt to the hole. That recipe produced a yucky T71 finish. These were not small issues that needed addressing, and he'd have to do so without any team members in sight. The modern tour pro insulates himself behind the agent, the swing guru, the mental coach. The objective is to control as many variables as possible, to keep the machine churning without incident. Change, especially during a major week, is the enemy of few glimpses of news information that is happening in the world. Don't forget to subscribe, like and press the bell so you don't miss a glimpse of what's happening in the world. Thank you.